माननीय सभासदों, माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय,
Good morning. I welcome you all to today's session of the 25th Youth Parliament, and I hope the session will be fruitful. We begin today's session with the oath or affirmation of the newly elected members in the recently held by-election. Secretary General, please.
Ms. Marina Devi, who stand elected from Impal West Youth Constituency of Manipur, will now take oath of formation. Ms. Marina Devi, please. Madam, do you want to take the oath of formation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Manipuri, please.
Madam, you may kindly proceed.
AP Marina Devi, Bulok Sabhagi Sadasya Ama Oina, Khanbiraklaba Maramna and the Ishwar Panduna Wasachari. Madudi Aina Linkraba, Bharat ki Sambidanbu and Asingba Thajaba, Amadi Rajbhakti Uchagani. Bharat ki Ningtamba Amadi, Amata Oiba Saktambu and the Yokachagani. Amadi Aina Paikat Gadoriba, Ital down the Bukche Singna Pamtok Chagani.
Ms. Anjana Dibamba, who stand elected from Agartala Youth Constituency of Tripura, will now take oath of formation. Ms. Anjana Dibamba, please. Madam, do you want to take the oath of formation?
Oath, please.
In which language will I take the oath?
In Bengali, please.
Madam, you may kindly proceed.
আমি অঞ্জনা দেববর্মা যুব সংসদের সদস্য রূপে নির্বাচিত হয়ে ঈশ্বরের নামে শপথ করতেছি যে বিধিধারা স্থাপিত ভারতের সংবিধানের প্রতি আমি অপার শ্রদ্ধা ও নিষ্ঠা পোষণ করিব এবং যে কর্তব্য ভাড়া আমি গ্রহণ করতে উদ্যত হয়েছি তাহা নিষ্ঠাপূর্বক নির্বাহ করিব।
Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House of the demise of Sri Shaukat Ahmed. He was a member of the 15th Youth Parliament and represented the Araria constituency of Bihar. He was an active politician and a kind human being. He had done a remarkable job in the field of abolishing child labor and enhancing education of children, especially for girls' child. He died at the age of 63 in his native village. I pray that his great soul rest in peace.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, श्री शौकत अहमद जी जैसा व्यक्तित्व शायद ही कहीं मिलेगा। उनकी ये इच्छा थी कि भारत एक स्वस्थ, समृद्ध और सफल देश बने। उन्होंने स्त्री शिक्षा पर विशेष ध्यान दिया। मैं इस पूरी युवा संसद की ओर से उनकी आत्मा की शांति हेतु प्रार्थना करती हूँ और उन्हें श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, श्री शौकत अहमद जी जिसे समाज सेवक हमारे देश के लिए वरदान है। श्री शौकत अहमद जी जितने सम्मानित थे उतने ही विनम्र भी। मैं युवा के संसद के सभी सदस्यों की तरफ से श्री शौकत अहमद जी को श्रद्धांजलि देते हुए उनकी आत्मा की शांति हेतु प्रार्थना करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
सदस्यगण अपना गहरा शोक प्रकट करने हेतु कुछ क्षणों के लिए मौन खड़े होंगे। Secretary General to convey the message of condolence to the bereaved family. Prime Minister to introduce new ministers, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I have the pleasure in introducing to you and through you to the House my colleagues, Master Banshan Bopingrop, Minister of Defence, Master Bante Namsina, Minister of External Affairs, and Ms. Nathida Honangkwen, Minister of Textiles. Thank you, Madam.
धन्यवाद, आपका दिन शुभ हो। Now we shall begin the question hour. Question 101, Ms. Soitilin, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, will the Minister for Resource Development be pleased to state that A. What is being done to bring about a permanent solution to flood in the North Plains, especially Assam? B. What is being done to rehabilitate the flood victims? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Minister of Water Resource Development, Master Wante Bok, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, through you, I would like to answer my worthy opposition member that A. Firstly, in order to reduce the problem of flood in the Northern Plain, the Centre is proposing a comprehensive project of dredging the major river. This dredging project includes the following. Number 1, deepening of river channel. Number 2, narrowing of river channel. Number 3, reclamation of land. Number 4, development of agriculture, forests, cities, sports complex beside this river. B. Now, as far as rehabilitation of flood victims is concerned, our ministry is working closely with the Department of Disaster Management, Ministry of Rural Development, and Ministry of Social Welfare in this regard. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementary questions? Mr. Airbock, please.
Madam, I am coming from Tamil Nadu.
Please come fast.
Madam, everybody is discussing about flood problem, but I feel sad that we don't have any plan to solve the drought problem that occur every year in many parts of the country, especially Tamil Nadu. Isn't it drought a serious problem as flood? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Minister of Water Resource Development, please.
Madam Speaker, I would like to state that the Ministry of Water Resource Development realized its responsibility in bringing a permanent solution to the ever-present drought in our country, and therefore we have revived the river linking project, especially in Tamil Nadu. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Question number 102, Ms. Mario, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, will the Minister of Home Affairs be pleased to state that A. What steps the government has taken to tackle the problem of terrorism in India? B. Does the government have any plans to establish fast-track courts to hear the cases related to terrorist activities? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Rudolph, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. A. Government is really sincere in approach to tackle the problem of terrorism. We have various steps taken to counter these problems. 1. We have deployed SS unit in all metropolitan cities. 2. We are working on giving special commando training to the state's agent policy so that they can effectively crisis. 3. We have established a special cell to share the intelligence information with the state intelligence agency. B. After 26/11/2008, government established fast-track courts to hear the cases related to terrorist activities. Because of this only, the terrorists like Abdul Qadi could escape the law. Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Any supplementary questions? Ms. Hazeline, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister what steps the government has taken for the rehabilitation of victims of these terrorist attacks. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, for the moment, government policy is give a compensation of 5 lakh rupees to the parents of those who lost their life due to the act of terrorism. 2 lakh rupees are given to severely injured and 50,000 rupees to the normally injured. But through you, I would like to assure that the House are working on the bill of reparation of the victims terrorists, in which the government will bear the full cost of the education of the terrorist activities. Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Any supplementary questions? Mr. Sandor, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, will the Honorable Minister be pleased to state that what is the government doing to stop the infiltration across the Bangladesh border? Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Rudolph, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, for the information of the honorable members and the House, our border are still untouched. There has been a considerable decline in infiltration across the border since the last 3 years. I can assure you that our soldiers are well alert to handle any situation that may arise. Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Question number 103, Mr. Mibandri, please.
Madam Speaker, will the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment be pleased to state that A. What action the government is taking to eradicate the medieval practice of manual scavenging in India? B. What is government's policy for the rehabilitation of manual scavengers? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ms. Doreen, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, A. Manual scavenging is shameful, dehumanizing, and barbaric. It must stop. No exception, no excuse. Manual scavenging is a disgrace in humanity, and we feel that the present law is not enough. Considering the urgency the government is taking up the matter has top priority, and the draft for the prohibition of employment as manual scavengers and the Rehabilitation Bill 2023 is under formulation. The bill with stricter provision on eradicating the dehumanizing practice and rehabilitating the people involved is to be introduced in the winter session of the EU Parliament. B. Government is already running self-employment schemes for manual scavenging. The schemes is assisting the scavengers for rehabilitation, and we hope to achieve it in time-bound manner by March 2025. Scavengers and dependents, irrespective of their income, will be eligible for assistance. Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Any supplementary questions? Ms. Sribanala, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, the biggest violator of the anti-manual scavenging law in India is the Indian Railways, which has toilets stopping all the excreta on the ground or station, and they employ scavengers to do it manually. What does the Honorable Minister have to say about this? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, for information of the Honorable Member,
The proposed bill has a provision that Indian Railways will ensure that within 2 years, the toilets in the trains are converted into a form that does away with manual handling of excreta. Thank you, Speaker Madam.
Any supplementary questions? Ms. Mawphlang, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, through you I would like to ask the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment that shouldn't the government treat manual scavenging at par with crimes against Dalit to be tried under the Atrocities Law, which lays down stringent punishment? Thank you, Speaker Madam.
Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ms. Doreen, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, for information of the Honorable Member, yes, the government is serious about treating manual scavenging and par with crimes Dalits, and we will have strict provision regarding this in the proposed bill. Thank you, Speaker Madam.
We proceed to question 104. Ms. Dema Pishisha, please.
Madam Speaker, will the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology be pleased to state that a step taken by the government to prevent the teenagers from playing dangerous online games like Blue Whales and such other games, to impose a ban on such game and issue advisory to schools, college in this regard. B, whether the government is still aware that such games are still available online. And C, if so, whether the government has prepared a list of such games, and if so, the details thereof. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Mr. Suteras, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, A. There have been media reports about elite suicide, attempt suicide due to dangerous online games like Blue Whale and Momo Challenge game. Section 79 of the Information Technology Act 2022 provide for certain due diligence to be followed by intermediary spelling which they would be legal. C. Law enforcement agencies monitor the social media site and take action under existing legal provision for removal of malicious contents, materials, and prosecuting the offenders. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementary questions? Yes, Ms. Dema P.
Madam Speaker, will the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology be pleased to state whether there are appropriate provisions in the current Information and Technology Act to punish the administrators and intermediary institutions to which the said game reach a user? If so, the details thereof, and if not, the step taken to amend the said Act.
Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, please.
Madam Speaker, Government has issued guidelines for safe and effective use of Internet and digital technologies to all Central Board of Secondary Education CBSE statewide. Circular date 18 of August 2022. Further, Government has issued advisories on online dangerous games, including on Blue Whale Challenge game and also Momo Challenge game. Minister for Women and Child Development wrote to principals of all the schools to take the step to address the issue on online dangerous games. Government has asked popular social media site not to host any such dangerous game and immediately remove the same as and when detected. It is also understood that there is no formal application, website or URL available for downloading, accessing online games like Blue Whale Challenge game. Hence, there is little scope using technical solution to identify or block the dangerous online games. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Any supplementary questions? No more supplementary questions. Question hour is over now. We now proceed. Yes, Ms. Lana Eka, do you wish to say anything?
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, who talked about a policy statement related to Nordia Vitalias outside the Parliament yesterday. When the House is still in session, and I request you to raise a question on that matter.
Ms. Lana Eka, have you given a notice of earlier?
I have already given a notice of it at 10 a.m. today.
It will be examined when it comes to me and I will let you know my decision.
Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Papers to be laid on the table of the House. Minister of Finance, Ms. Lee Zia, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table the following reports. Detailed demands for grant of the Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region for the year 2022-23. Annual reports of the Northeastern Handicraft and Handloom Development Corporation Limited Guwahati for the year 2022-23, along with edited accounts and comments of the Comptroller and Editor General Terrier. Thank you.
Message from Upper Chamber. Secretary General to report. Message from the Upper Chamber of the Youth Parliament.
Sir, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary General of the Upper House of the Youth Parliament. I am directed to inform the Lower House that in accordance with the provision of Rule 127 of the Rule of Procedure and Conduct of Business, the Upper House at a sitting held on 20 September 2023 agreed without any amendment to Indian Forest Amendment Bill 2003, which was passed by the Lower House at a sitting held on 2nd September 2003.
Secretary General to lay on the table a copy of the bill as passed by the Upper House.
Sir, I hereby lay on the table of the House of the Youth Parliament.
Honourable members, I have to make an announcement. On my own behalf and on behalf of the honourable members of the House, I have great pleasure in welcoming Her Excellency Ms. Wanbashisha Sivyan, Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, and Mr. Gideon Mawphlang, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea. As well as Ms. Milarihun Yaka, members of the South Korean Parliamentary Delegation. Who are on a visit to India as our honored guests. They arrived in India on Monday, 25th of September 2023. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a happy and a fruitful stay in our country. India has had very good relations with the Republic of Korea. Through them we convey our greetings and best wishes to the Parliament, the government and the friendly people of the Republic of Korea. Now we shall take up the calling attention motion. Ms. Fortify Chermang, Ms. Osama Kamajao, Ms. Dasok Mangyang, Ms. Ritika Rasuni, Ms. Eliza Kurba, and Ms. R.K. Meltisana will call the attention of the Minister of State of Environment, Forest and Climate Change regarding the increasing levels of pollution in India, especially air pollution. Ms. Fortify, please.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, वायु प्रदूषण के कारण देश के शहरों दिल्ली सहित चेन्नई, कोलकाता, मुंबई सभी शहरों में धूल और धुएं की बहुत बड़ी काली परत छा गई थी, जो हमने दीपावली के समय देखा था। उसके कारण लोगों को सांस लेना भी कठिन हो गया है। ग्रीन पीस संगठन पर्यावरण के क्षेत्र में 40 से भी ज्यादा देशों में काम कर रही है। ग्रीन पीस संगठन पर्यावरण के क्षेत्र में 40 से भी ज्यादा देशों में काम कर रही है। उसके रिपोर्ट के अनुसार हमारे देश वायु प्रदूषण के मामले में चीन से भी आगे निकल गई है। भारतीय वायुमंडल का सच कहता है कि पिछले एक दशक में हमारे आकाश तमाम तरह की जहरीली गैसों से भर गया है। विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन की रिपोर्ट के अनुसार वायु प्रदूषण के कारण विश्व में हर साल 7 मिलियन लोग मर रहे हैं। प्रदूषण के कारण लोग अपनी स्वाभाविक जिंदगी नहीं जी पा रहे हैं। आज प्रदूषित हो रहे पर्यावरण को बचाना हमारे सामने एक गंभीर चुनौती है। अंत मेरी आपके माध्यम से सरकार से अनुरोध है कि विश्व में सबसे ज्यादा प्रदूषण फैलाने वाले उद्योगों की पहचान करके और उस क्षेत्र में तत्काल रोक लगाकर पर्यावरण को बचाने का प्रयास किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
Ms. Osama, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, हमने मुझे अति महत्वपूर्ण विषय को सदन में उठाने की अनुमति दी है, इसके लिए मैं आपका धन्यवाद करती हूँ। देश के महानगरों में पर्यावरण प्रदूषित होने से बच्चों के फेफड़े खराब हो रहे हैं। देश के 4 महानगरों में रहने वाले करीब 35% स्कूली बच्चों के फेफड़े दूषित हवा से खराब हो रहे हैं। दिल्ली, मुंबई, कलकत्ता व बेंगलुरु के 2373 स्कूली बच्चों पर हुए सर्वे से पता चला है कि इसमें दिल्ली के सर्वाधिक बच्चे शामिल हैं, जिनकी संख्या 735 है। यह आंकड़ा काफी चिंताजनक है और इस लिहाज से यह जरूरी हो गया है कि हवा को स्वच्छ बनाने की दिशा में गंभीरता से काम किया जाए और स्वच्छ भारत अभियान के अंतर्गत स्वच्छ हवा अभियान को जोर शोर से चलाया जाए। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Ms. Dasso, please.
Madam Speaker, it is frightening to note that the capital city of Delhi has become a virtual smokehouse, and it has become one of the most polluted cities in the world. The criminal negligence on the part of the authorities is unpardonable, as it damaging the health of millions of people living in Delhi, especially young children. Respiratory health and malfunction are worse affected by air pollution. We made sure that according to air pollution and the lifespan is considerably reduced. We need to be conscious that this issue is as acute and dangerous as drought, famine. Improving air quality must be taken up as a national priority, and the union government should act in unison with state, union territory on one footing to meet the alarming situation on air pollution. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Ms. Ritika, please.
अध्यक्ष महोदया, आपका धन्यवाद। महोदया, मैं आपके माध्यम से यह बताना चाहती हूँ कि गंगा सफाई जैसा अन्य नदियों की सफाई अभियान माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने शुरू किया है। मैं उस पर उन्हें धन्यवाद दूंगी, लेकिन इतने बड़े अभियान को आज अच्छे तरीके से गति नहीं मिल पा रही है। उसके पीछे जो कारण है वह यह है कि चाहे वह नगर पंचायत हो, नगर पालिका हो या महापालिकाएं हो, उनसे संबंधित जो भी नदियां गुजर रही है, उन नदियों में जो भी कूड़ा, कचरा या जल मल प्रवाहित किया जा रहा है, उनके लिए सीवरेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट बनाया जाए और जल को शोधित करने के उपरांत ही उन्हें नदियों में प्रवाहित किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
Ms. Eliza, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, as the large-scale use of plastic and other plastic consumables are the major cause of pollution. Plastic carry bags are blocking the drain. Due to the blockage of the drain, waterlogging occurred during rainy season in different cities, which created flash flood. Now, this problem has spread to all the cities and towns of our country. In view of this, I necessarily request the government to enact a law to ban the plastic carry bag at the earliest. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Ms. Melody, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, पश्चिमी घाट में चल रहे प्रदूषणकारी प्रोजेक्ट के साथ साथ सबसे ज्यादा गैर कानूनन बॉक्साइट का उत्खनन हो रहा है। बॉक्साइट निकालने का जो कानूनन परमिट लिया जाता है, उससे कई गुना ज्यादा उत्खनन हो रहा है। माइनिंग लॉबी ने भी सरकार के सभी नोट ठुकरा दिया है। जिलाधिकारी कोल्हापुर की अध्यक्षता में एक समिति भी गठित हुई है और इस समिति ने भी इस बारे में अपना विरोध जताया है। मैं भी खुद राज्य सरकार व केंद्र सरकार से इस बारे में बार-बार शिकायत कर चुकी हूँ, लेकिन दोनों सरकारें इस पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं कर रही है। इससे पेड़ों की बेशुमार कटाई हो रही है। इस प्रदेश में बढ़ता उद्योग और बड़े-बड़े वाहनों की वजह से यहाँ की भूमि फटने और बड़ी-बड़ी दरारें पड़ने की दुर्घटनाएं बार-बार सामने आ रही है। 2 साल पहले कुकर रेल के ऊपर इस इलाके में लैंडस्लाइड की वजह से बड़ी दुर्घटना हुई थी। यह हम भूल नहीं सकते। बढ़ता प्रदूषण, सीमेंट, कंक्रीटीकरण, इनका वन्य प्राणियों पर भी बुरा असर हो रहा है और इसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी केंद्र सरकार की है। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Minister of State for Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Ms. Alisha, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Government has taken a series of steps to address pollution-related issues. Pollution is a matter of concern in cities and towns and is caused due to introduction of contaminants into the environment, which is air, water, and soil that may cause adverse change in ambient conditions. The government has taken a series of steps to address issues related to water pollution, air and vehicle pollution, industrial pollution, improper waste disposal, etc. in cities, towns, and metropolises. The major steps being taken by the government to control pollution in the area include the following. 1. Notification of national ambient air quality standards. 2. Formulation of environment regulations or statutes. 3. Setting up of a monitoring network for assessment of ambient air quality. 4. Introduction of cleaner or alternative fuels like gaseous fuels, ethanol blend, etc. 5. Promotion of cleaner production processes. 6. Decision taken to leapfrog directly from BS4 to BS6 fuel standards by 1st of April 2025. 7. Taxing polluting vehicles and incentivizing hybrid and electric vehicles. 8. Comprehensive amendments to various waste management rules including municipal solid waste notified. 9. Promotion of public transport network of metro, buses, e-rickshaws,
and promotion of carpooling, pollution under control, lane discipline, vehicle maintenance. 10. Implementation of National River Conservation Plan for abatement of pollution in identified stretches of various rivers and undertaking conservation activities which in the area include interception and diversion of raw sewage, construction of sewage system, setting up of sewage treatment plants, low-cost sanitation facilities, education and awareness creation, community participation, electric or improved grid commatoria, and riverfront development. Thank you, Madam.
Now we shall take up legislative business. Honorable Minister for Women and Child Development, Ms. Iwan Chua, please.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I move for leave to introduce a bill to prevent trafficking of persons, especially women and children, and to provide care, protection, and rehabilitation to the victims of trafficking, to prosecute offenders, and to create a legal, economic, and social environment for the victims and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto.
Now the question is that leave be granted to introduce the Trafficking of Person Prevention, Protection, and Rehabilitation Bill 2023. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. And those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted. Honorable Minister, please.
Madam, I hereby introduce the Trafficking of Persons, Prevention, Protection, and Rehabilitation Bill 2023. Thank you, Speaker, Madam.
Now we shall take up the consideration of Abolition of Death Penalty Bill 2023. Honorable Minister of Law and Justice, Ms. Sheila Vaishnav, please.
Speaker, Madam, I beg to move that Abolition of Death Penalty Bill 2023 be taken into consideration. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, kindly note that this is a constitution amendment bill and requires majority of the total membership of the House and must be passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. Now the question is that Abolition of Death Penalty Bill 2023 be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. And those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Minister of Law and Justice, please.
Speaker, Madam, very purpose of the bill, human life is very precious. When we can't give it to others, then how can we take it? Many human organizations are also pleading for it. There is an enormous public sentiment about ending of death penalty. To give respect to our forefathers and those proposing the importance of human values, the government has brought this bill before the August House. Salient features of some of the important provisions of the bill are as follows. The bill abolishes death penalty comprehensively to not only include in the Indian Penal Code, but also to Army Act 1950, the Navy Act 1950, and the Air Force Act 1950. The bill abolishes death penalty comprehensively under the Indian Penal Code 1860. Some of the sections are Section 121 of IPC, treason. Section 132 of IPC, abandonment of mutiny. Section 194 of IPC, pressure clothing resulting in the constriction and death of an innocent person. Section 195A, threatening or insulting any person who gives false evidence resulting in conviction and death of an innocent person. Section 302, murder. Section 364A, kidnapping for ransom. Section 396, dacoity with murder. The bill abolishes capital punishment in provision of SC and ST Act 1989. The bill replaces the penalty of death with a mandatory sentence of imprisonment for life. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Defense, Mr. Meban Chanbok, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं पूर्ण रूप से इस बिल के पक्ष में हूँ क्योंकि ये मानव जीवन की रक्षा एवं अधिकारों से जुड़ा हुआ है। जब हम किसी का जीवन उसे लौटा नहीं सकते तो उसे मृत्यु कैसे दे सकते हैं? हमारे देश के महान पुरुषों महात्मा गांधी जी से लेकर अब्दुल कलाम जी तक ने मानव जीवन को अमूल्य बताया है। मैं उन लोगों से ये पूछना चाहूँगा जो इस बिल के विरोध में है कि क्या फांसी की सजा देकर हमने अपराधों को कम किया। अपराध तो दिन प्रतिदिन बढ़ते ही जा रहे हैं। क्या फांसी की सजा देश में हो रहे अपराधों को कम कर सकते हैं? कदापि नहीं। मैं इस बिल के समर्थन में हूँ एवं मानवीय जीवन की ओर इसे एक बेहतर कदम मानता हूँ। धन्यवाद महोदया।
Minister of Tribal Affairs, Ms. Lahun Shisha, please.
Speaker Madam, the question is whether the life taken by the state is going to serve the purpose. I don't think so. It is a complex issue. It should be discouraged, and the recent study suggests that 75% people who receive death sentence belong to SC, ST minorities. 90% people were disadvantaged and marginalized. Honorable Speaker Madam, death penalty is not a deterrent and it's not beneficial. Even the National Law Commission is against death penalty. Thank you, Speaker Madam.
Ms. Dorothea, please.
Death penalty doesn't deter crime. Honorable Speaker Madam, in 1990 to 2023, 10 people were executed and incidents of murder increased from 34,045 to 37,399. In 2000 to 2010, only one person was executed and incidents of murder decreased from 37,399 to 33,355. हमारा समाज खून का प्यासा नहीं है। हमें बेहतर उपायों की जरूरत है। अपराधों को समाप्त करने के लिए, न कि मृत्युदंड देकर बदले की भावना को संतुष्ट करने के लिए। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, हमने इस वक्त मंथन करने न्याय व्यवस्था, दंड व्यवस्था को त्वरित न्याय वाली व्यवस्था बनानी है ताकि लोगों का विश्वास इस पर बना रहे। इसराइल में आखिरी मृत्युदंड 1962 में दिया गया था। वहाँ तो अपराधों की दर काफी कम है। धन्यवाद।
Ms. Cornelian, please.
Madam, I disagree. I totally disagree. There are only few crimes in which our country provide death penalty. You are talking about humanistic approach. But what about those who are victims? Terrorists kidnap people and are forcing them to act unlawfully towards the state. There should be strict punishment against this gruesome crime. Already in our country, courts are practicing death sentences in rarest of the rare cases. Death sentences is deterrence to crime. We need not abolish it. We should know how to protect our men, women, and children from these terrorists. Our society is challenged by these unlawful terrorist groups. Death penalty is necessary for our society. Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible, all these scriptures also suggest about death penalty. Thank you, Speaker Madam.
Ms. Mawphlang, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, 1. We need to understand that with due process of the law in the rarest of rare cases, only and after the disposition of corrected petition here in India we are giving punishment. 2. If we keep someone alive in imprisonment, we become vulnerable to them. We have past experiences about it. 3. International Convention of Human Rights under Article 62 says that death penalty should be given, but only and after due process of laws followed. I therefore oppose the bills and think that it is completely unnecessary. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Leader of the opposition may speak, please.
Madam Speaker, looking into the circumstances, we need to give death penalty as a necessary step. I am for selective death penalty. What about rapists? Do you think they deserve any kind of mercy from the society? And terrorists? Terrorists are taking bombs. As a retired IPS officer, I've even experienced that they cannot be reformed. Didn't your heart bleed when you heard about the killing of army persons, policemen, and innocent people? Terrorists who are hunting the souls of nations, the core existence of human value, should and must be punished. Thank you, Madam.
Honorable Prime Minister, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I totally agree with all the members who are in favor of abolishing death penalty in India. I would like to say that the state shall not be a murderer. That is, the state should not reduce to the level of criminals and murderers to punishment. We are not against stringent actions, terrorism, and other criminal acts, but we are against the capital punishment. The vast majority of the countries in the Western Europe, North America, and South America, more than 144 nations worldwide, have abandoned death penalty in law or in practice. Death penalty is not a penalty at all. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. One of the members has given examples from the scriptures, but my answer to that will be, my friends, we cannot follow each and every tradition and culture. Sometimes it can be detrimental towards the society. A higher view of punishment will be that it is partially retributive, partly deterrent, somewhat reformative, and in a large way protective towards the society. But one needs to keep in mind the consequences of all this. Death penalty and ultimate extinction has not served any of the purpose. Thank you, Madam.
Minister of Law and Justice, please.
Speaker, Madam. Death penalty is a wrong form of punishment. It is totally irreversible. Late President Abdul Kalam recommended to Law Commission to stop death penalty. Human Rights Commission is also against death penalty. What is the purpose of giving punishment? Who are we to take life of others? It will only encourage lynch mob mentality. India is democratic, advanced society. We need not to forget it. Death penalty is an ugly system, absolute system, medieval system. Death penalty doesn't deter crimes. Has crime stopped? Judiciary passes only death sentences. More than 144 countries have ended death penalty because it enhances barbarism. I do want to say Mahatma Gandhi could not be brought back by hanging Nathuram Godse. I hope I have answered all the points raised by the members in the course of my speech. I once again thank you all and seek for your support and cooperation in implementing this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Now the House will take up clause-by-clause consideration of abolition of death penalty bill 2023. Now the question is that clause 2 to 9 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment in clause 5 by Ms. Daya Sarah Kongsi. Are you moving it?
No, Madam. In view of reply given by the ministers, I am not pressing of my amendment. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I shall now put clause 2 to 9 to the vote of the House. The question is that clause 2 to 9 stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause 2 to 9 stands part of the bill. I shall now put to the vote of the House that clause 1, the enacting formula and title stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. And those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and title stands part of the bill. The Minister may now move that the bill be passed.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं सदन से आग्रह करती हूँ कि मृत्यु दंड उन्मूलन विधेयक 2023 को पारित किया जाए।
Motion moved that the abolition of death penalty bill 2023 be passed. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried by a majority of the total membership of the House and by a majority if not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting. The abolition of death penalty bill 2023 is hereby passed by the lower house of the Youth Parliament with the requisite majority in accordance with the provision of Article 368 of the Constitution. Now the House will take up private members' resolution. Ms. Evelyn to move the resolution.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं देश में पेयजल की उपलब्धता सुनिश्चित करने के उपाय करने में संबंध प्रस्ताव पेश करती हूँ। इस तथ्य को ध्यान में रखते हुए कि देश के विभिन्न भागों में पेयजल की उपलब्धता के गंभीर संकट है, ये सभा सरकार से आग्रह करती है कि पेयजल की समस्या से उभरने के लिए राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर एक समयबद्ध व्यापक कार्य योजना बनाई जाए। कल एक शख्स मिला था, कड़ी धूप में मुझको पानी की आरज़ू में अपने लहू बेचते हुए। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैंने देश की जनता को पानी की कमी से जूझता देखा है, जहां महिलाएं सिर्फ एक मटका पानी भरने के लिए 5 किलोमीटर से भी अधिक दूरी तय करती है, जहां देश की सबसे बड़ी अदालत ने अपने एक फैसले में पीने के पानी को नागरिक अधिकारों में माना है। यही नहीं, संयुक्त राष्ट्र ने भी मानव अधिकारों की सूची में पेयजल को शामिल किया है। बावजूद इसके जनता को स्वच्छ पेयजल मुहैया कराने के सरकारों के प्रतिनिधित्व में नहीं दिखता। अन्य बुनियादी सहूलियतों और अधिकारों को यदि छोड़ दे तो मुल्क के नागरिकों को स्वच्छ पानी उपलब्ध नहीं। हाल में जांच रिपोर्ट में ये खुलासा हुआ कि उत्तर प्रदेश के ग्रामीण अंचलों में हैंडपंपों के माध्यम से जो घरों तक पानी पहुंचाया जा रहा है वह प्रदूषित है। पाइपलाइनों में दरारें पड़ने की वजह से उसमें गंदा पानी मिल जाता है और लोग उसे प्रदूषित पानी पीने को मजबूर है। गौरतलब है कि ये जांच रिपोर्ट किसी गैर सामाजिक संगठन या विदेशी शोधकर्ताओं की नहीं, बल्कि खुद भारतीय पेयजल एवं स्वच्छता मंत्रालय और आंध्र प्रदेश जल बोर्ड की है। धन्यवाद महोदय।
Miss Hadasa, please. माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, केंद्र और राज्य सरकारों पानी की बड़ी लड़ाइयों में व्यस्त दिख रहे हैं। वे पेयजल मुहैया कराने का एकमात्र रास्ता नदी जोड़ो परियोजना मानती है। उनका मानना है कि देश के वे शहर जो पानी के किनारे नहीं बसे हैं उन तक भी पानी पहुंचाना चाहिए, लेकिन आश्चर्य है कि देश के 2 बड़े शहर दिल्ली और आगरा यमुना नदी के किनारे बसे होने के बावजूद गंगा पेयजल का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, लेकिन शुद्धिकरण के लिए उसमें भारी मात्रा में क्लोरीन मिलाया जाता है। कल कारखानों से निकला कचरा और रासायनिक पानी नदियों और भूमिगत जल में जाकर मिलता जा रहा है और इससे पीने के पानी में रासायनिक तत्वों की मात्रा बढ़ रही है। मुद्दे की गंभीरता को देखते हुए मैं इस प्रस्ताव का समर्थन करती हूँ और सरकार से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि समयबद्ध तरीके से इस संदर्भ में योजना चलाइए व लोगों को पानी की उपलब्धता सुनिश्चित करें। धन्यवाद महोदया। Mr. Riwan Kitwal, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, जैसे जैसे गर्मी बढ़ती जा रही है वैसे वैसे शहरी और ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में पेयजल का संकट भी बढ़ता जा रहा है। देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में पेयजल की लत इस कदर बढ़ रही है, इसका लाभ उठाने के लिए बहुराष्ट्रीय कंपनियां आगे आगे हैं। कुछ ने जमीन से पानी निकालकर तो कुछ ने सामान्य जल आपूर्ति के जरिए मिलने वाले पानी को ही बॉटल बंद रूप में बेचना शुरू कर दिया है। देश में बॉटल बंद पानी का व्यवसाय लगातार बढ़ती जा रही है। सरकारों की ये जिम्मेदारी है कि वे हर नागरिक को स्वच्छ पेयजल उपलब्ध कराए, लेकिन वे इसके लिए साजग नहीं। मैं भी इस प्रस्ताव का समर्थन करता हूँ। धन्यवाद महोदया।
Honorable Minister for Drinking Water and Sanitation, Ms. Safi Raman Roy, please.
Honorable Madam Speaker, I congratulate the mover of the resolution, Ms. Evelyn, as well as the honorable members who have spoken on the resolution for focusing at the altar of public opinion on one of the vital social and health issues facing the country today. The purpose of my intervention is only to place before the House the various efforts made by the various departments to combat this serious problem. Madam, I would like to submit that the Government of India has launched various schemes to mitigate poor quality of drinking water. 1. National Drinking Water Mission. 2. National Rural Drinking Water Program. 3. Scaling up of sector-wise reform initiated in the form of Swachh Dhara Program. 4. Bharat Nirman Program, with emphasis on providing water within a period of 5 years to 55,069 uncovered habitations. With the efforts undertaken by the government to meet this problem, Madam, through you I request Ms. Evelyn to withdraw her solution. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Ms. Evelyn, please.
Madam, I am grateful to honorable members for lending support to my resolution. I hope that The government will take all stringent measures to eliminate this problem. In the view of assurance given by the government, honorable ministers, and since government is already working to eliminate this problem, I may be allowed to withdraw this resolution. Thank you, Madam.
Has the honourable member leave of the House to withdraw her resolution? Those who are in favour may say aye. Aye. Those who are against it may say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the ayes have it. The resolution by leave of the House stands withdrawn. The House stands adjourned to meet again at 11 a.m. tomorrow.